Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Sunday morning live stream from the folks at Amazing Fantasy Football. I am Chris, and joining us this morning, no other than
It's just me, Josh. I was really going for something clever there, and it didn't work out.
my Sunday mornings usually aren't very quote clever. How you doing, buddy?
Eh. I got up like a long time ago, and now I'm sleepy.
Chipper this morning.
Got up a long time ago, sleepy now. I'm ready for a nap. I woke up like 4 hours ago. Jesus. I woke up at 6. Anyways, went to bed a little bit. I went to bed a little bit earlier than I normally do for a Saturday night, which is okay, but anyways,
Good for you. It's good for you.
what's up with you, man?
I don't know. Daughter's healing up, not healing up, getting better. Being sick,
Like,
so that's good. She's feeling a lot
cut
better.
herself. Anyways, okay, okay, cool. Would you ever buy a car from Carvana?
Zero problems with that.
What?
Zero problems with that.
You have
Although
zero
I've never
problems.
had that experience, so
You would never buy a car from Carvana?
I said I would buy a car from Carvana.
Really?
Yeah,
Just
mean-
a completely sight unseen car.
not sight unseen. It's got pictures.
Of
And
a
blue
car
book.
that yeah. I'm sorry. Nope, don't trust it.
I don't trust car dealers, car sellers.
I don't trust them either. I don't
So
trust.
what's the- I mean,
but at least I can see the car that I'm buying right there. You know, does Carvana sell used cars, or do they only sell brand new cars?
I don't know. I assume both.
Interesting.
No, I think the current way of doing things or old way of doing things as far as buying a car is stupid.
I think always buying cars are stupid. I think everyone's out to just take everyone's money, and it's like making a trade with me in fantasy football. I'm trying to get by far and away the best deal that I possibly can. And that's what car dealers are doing. Oh my God, I'm a car dealer, only I'm a fantasy football manager. I need to change my ways,
I
Chris.
see you've come to this epiphany that the rest of us have been at for a decade now.
Well, I have a very high-low opinion of myself.
High-low?
High-low.
All right, let's do some news. Get it out of the way. It's really not lengthy, but there's some big names. I backtracked to a handful of days ago to.
I want to
Thursday
say, Chris,
show.
before you start, I think the NFL, like after we got done with the last Sunday stream, I sat down, pen to paper, mailed a letter to the NFL front office about all of this horse shit with these injuries. I figured that pen and paper was going to be the best way for Roger Goodell to actually get my letter. If I just straight emailed them, they'd probably go through some filter and he'd never see it. But if I sent it to the mail, just maybe he would. And I think he got my message, because we have a lot more clearer news this week. Starting from the get, I mean, the entire week was like, this person's out, this person's not practicing, and last week was like
earlier this week. It did seem.
and last week was like, well, they're kind of practicing and they might play on Sunday, and I'm like, I'm gonna go bang my head against the wall and just hope that it makes me unconscious.
Yeah, I can't think of one that we're going to leave hanging during the show. I think they're all confirmed. Let's pick up a little bit of housekeeping
There's a couple
from last week, and you let me know if you want to interject or give your 2 cents on this one. This is the hot topic this week.
Will do.
No timetable for Tua's return. Concussion, obviously, for those of folks that didn't see. I don't know, trigger warning, or you may not want to see. It's kind of hard to watch. He did some posturing.
Yeah,
The thing with the posturing that happened is apparently that is an indication of a traumatic head trauma. So
and by posturing you
head
mean like when
trainer?
he was going like this?
Yes, sir. Correct. Yeah, that's what I was.
I thought he really messed up his hand at first, and then I was
a
like,
dislocated
oh,
knuckle or
no.
something. Sure, it's eerie, folks. But anyway, so I don't know if it's a head trainer or who it was, but whoever. Oh, I'm sorry. The third-party independent doctor who is in charge of clearing folks for concussions for the Dolphins. or should I say independently, he was let go.
That was the guy from last week, not this week, just to be clear.
Oh.
So in week,
I'm sorry,
in week 3,
he was hurt previously. I forgot to mention.
Yes, in week 3, with the guy who had diagnosed him that he was okay to go back into the game, they fired him. Not the guy from this week.
He was not that he was going to go back in, but he was not the one diagnosing Tua this time around.
I believe that is correct.
A little bit more news on that. NFL.
Unless he was there and he was standing on the sidelines and be like, "No, he's good to go back in the game." Be like, "Dude, he's really hurt." No, he's good to play. Just come on, suck it up to it. And he's like, he's unconscious. Let him walk it off. Be like, "Okay, guy, you're fired."
Yeah, that literally happened during the game. No, I think it happened, like you said, sometime after, or anyway, after this most recent game. NFLPA and NFL soon are expected to agree to new protocols in which anytime any player demonstrates any instability, he is not allowed to return to the game. The rule could go into effect as early as week 5, which is next week. I mean, obviously they're trying to save face and keep the money machine rolling along. So that's all I have to say about that.
Got to keep the printing presses printing the money, man.
Yeah, exactly. One other tidbit of quarterback news. Patriots officially list Mac Jones as out for Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that was on, Thursday.
Almost a foregone conclusion. They held on out to hope for, exactly. Alvin Kamara, Saints running back, is inactive this morning. Game's going on right now.
Yep, same with Michael Thomas and Winnie.
Yep. Michael Thomas and who?
Winnie. Jameis Winston. I'm calling him Winnie from now on.
That's the worst one you've ever had.
I didn't say they were all winners.
I didn't say any of them were.
I said a couple of them were.
I didn't include the Michael Thomas one because I thought I was including it with this one. Anyway, good call. Christian McCaffrey listed as questionable for Sunday due to a thigh injury, is likely to play versus the Cardinals per source. Ravens, J.K. Dobbins is off this week's injury report and will play Sunday versus the Bills. Barrows did eventually rule out David Montgomery for Sunday's game versus the Giants. Cordell Patterson officially listed as questionable for Sunday. Okay, maybe I do have one outstanding.
I was gonna say
that's not clear. I mean, it's not zipped up. I'll put it that way.
Zip it.
Zip it. The Lions downgrade DJ Chark to out for the Seahawks. This means they will be without Amon-Ra, St. Brown, and running back DeAndre Swift and
DJ Chark.
DJ Chark. So
fire up your
Jamal Williams, Craig Reynolds.
Yes, I almost said Ferguson, but good job.
They had Cephas was the one that they liked last year. He performed pretty well for them when the wide receiver depth chart wasn't so stacked. It wasn't Cephas? Was it the other guy?
No, it was Josh. Sure, it was was it Josh Reynolds or was it the other guy?
I think it was Cephas. I thought
it wasn't, because Cephas is a bag of turds. What the hell is that guy's
depth chart?
It's a guy that's not there anymore, I don't think.
Maybe he's on there. And he is there. Khalif Raymond. That's
Khalif Raymond, yes.
Khalif Raymond will be the I don't know. Him and Josh Reynolds will be the de facto ones by the way their depth chart is listed. Maybe you see some more Hawkinson targets and some more Jamal Williams targets. So
Hawkinson was a little banged up himself.
Stayed on him. He was cleared. We'll get to that in a moment.
Okay.
That's the Lions. Bucks are optimistic that wide receivers Chris Godwin, hamstring, and Julio Jones, knee, both listed as questionable, will be able to play Sunday night versus Chiefs, but Tampa wants to test both pregame to make sure, per sources. Okay, so there's your other outstanding one, pregame.
No, I thought I heard. We didn't guess it wasn't definitive, but it sounds like they're playing.
Sounds like they're going to go. Okay. Zay Jones, wide receiver Jaguars. A lot of folks might be leaning on him. He's had some decent target usage and scored last week.
Who's that?
Zay Jones.
Oh, yeah.
I might be leaning on him this week. A little pickup. He is questionable for Sunday due to an ankle injury. Is expected to play versus the Eagles. Bills wide receiver Gabe Davis, ankle, and tight end Dawson Knox, back and hip. Both listed as questionable for Sunday, but both expected to play versus the Ravens. It should be a big shootout there. Cardinals wide receiver Marquise Brown, hamstring, and wide receiver Rondale Moore, another hamstring injury. Both listed as questionable for Sunday. Both are expected to play versus the Panthers. This will be Moore's 2022 debut. Patriots downgraded wide receiver Jacoby Myers.
Who?
Rondale.
Is it his 2020 debut?
Yeah, he had
2022. Damn it, I'm stuck in the
and all
past.
Greg Dortch.
Huh. How much do you love Greg Dortch this week then? Because Dortch has been playing out of the slot a lot. And
Panthers, that's a pretty bad team. I think Dortch has been holding down the fort, waiting for Rondale to get back. Although
he's been holding the Dortch,
holding the Dortch down.
This is getting dirty quick. We better pivot.
No, I gotta finish up real quick. Although I don't think it's gonna be. Oh, you're back, Rondale. Although they've been very careful with him, maybe it will be just you're done, Dortch. Here's Rondale back in his role that we intended all year. We'll see this week.
I think Dortch is still gonna be out there. I think AJ Green's the one that is just going away.
Yeah, he's
for whatever reason. Oh yeah, that's why I was kind of wondering.
But I was just like, I didn't include it,
dude. I don't know why the Cardinals have like this. Like
affinity for old
rose-colored glasses for AJ Green. I'm like, this guy isn't good. You know?
I agree. Cardinals, we got Jacoby Myers. Chargers wide receiver Keenan Allen hamstring is out again for Sunday versus the Texans. And Michael Gallup will make his 2022 debut. Has no injury designation for the game today versus the Commanders.
What's your thinking on this, Chris? Do you think he's going 100%, or are they going to just kind of limit his usage a little bit, just first game back? Or
I like Rush to throw more than his usual 1 or 2 touchdowns, so more like a 2 or 3, probably get close to 300 yards. So have a nice flex kind of a streamable day. So I expect some of the folks to have some production. I expect it mainly be CD, which just the way he's been playing late has been pretty good. And then Schultz is back. I think Schultz is kind of more the, obviously at the tight end position, more the underneath guy. So I think those two will definitely see a boon in production because the presence of Gallup and Schultz will help everybody. But I don't think Gallup's going to come out of the gates like
I think Schultz is the one that we'll be worried about this week. I'm not starting Gallup, and I'm advising people to not start Schultz because I think that out of any of them, he's more banged up, and I think that they're maybe going to limit his snaps a little bit more. You know what I'm saying?
Possibility. It's a possibility. Going back to Gallup, maybe they just drop a couple plays for him in the first couple drives because, they've really taken their time with him.
Yeah, and Noah Brown has stepped up very admirably, man. Like,
yeah, that's the last name I was going to mention for sure.
I'm very interested to see, with Gallup back and supposedly Schultz as well, what happens with Noah Brown. Like, is Noah Brown just was he a product of Gallup and Schultz being kind of out, or is he a real thing? Is he going to continue to be a thing? Like,
it is important to remember Noah Brown's been there for like 6 years, dude. But they're a long time.
It's not unheard. I know what you're saying. It's not unheard of, but you watch him out there, and like, we've had chances to see Noah Brown out there, and he's been okay. Like, he looks like an okay NFL player. Like, he's not great. Don't get me wrong. He's not CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson or whatever, but he's not AJ Green either.
No, yeah.
The 2022 AJ Green, not not 2017.
I think it's a combination. Obviously low hanging fruit. Him and Cooper Rush practice together a lot because they're second and third team guys.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, and then of course against Schultz being out, Brown being a large kind of underneath wide receiver, a big possession guy. Not you can go downfield. Don't get me wrong, but security blanket type of take, I guess is what I'm saying. So if Schultz is, let me rephrase that. Believing that Schultz and Gallup are clearly the superior players, they're going to get theirs. And maybe you're right. Maybe Noah kind of goes to the wayside.
I'm wondering.
But the chemistry's there. I can't be denied. Who's...
And since we're in Cowboys talk again. I hate you.
Third guy? Who's the third guy?
Nope. Since we're talking about Noah Brown is the third guy.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Who previously was kind of thing.
Michael Gallup.
Tolbert has been on the shelf.
Oh, Tolbert. That's right.
Turpin's special teams ace.
But Tolbert wasn't Tolbert kind of a not necessarily a project, but he wasn't the most refined receiver in the draft, right?
Absolutely. He also wasn't
Okay.
active the first couple weeks of the season, if I'm not
That's
mistaken.
a little that's a little
But yeah,
interesting.
it's clearly
Reason
Noah
I'm
Brown.
Brown. Since we're still talking about the Cowboys, they're talking about Dak coming back next week. So
Is that the Rams game, I believe, off the top of my head?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Dak wants to come back and get his job back because Cooper Rush has been good enough to what I was getting at here is that take a peek at your waiver wire right now. Go look at your waiver, Chris. Look at your waiver wire. All your leagues. Is Dak there? Did someone drop him because of his injury? If he is, pick him up.
Well, let's look at the league that I used to have him.
I wasn't literally talking about you to it.
No,
right
I'm
now, but everyone else
doing it right now.
Damn it!
Because I don't think he is. Did I not have him in this league?
Okay. Anyways, this is bad
Wonder
radio.
Tech. I think Wonder Tech picked him up after I dropped him
Good for him.
on the 21st, actually. So like an entire week and a half ago, almost, for $2.
That reminds me, I had him in a league, and I need to pick him back up again.
Yeah, because guess who my other quarterback is? Tua.
Yeah, that's what happened in my work league. I drafted Dak and then Tua. I'm like, oh, Tua, okay, cool. And then,
I mean, obviously, I've got the 3 points from Tua this week. I can't do anything about it, but I did pick up freaking Carson Wentz again, who got me through week 2.
I saw you. I saw that.
I gotta have something, and he's free. I didn't have to go through waivers on a Sunday morning. So anyway, sorry to get off subject there, folks. Any questions? Yes, Wonder Tech is here. Can confirm. He says,
Wonder
"Don't
Tech
be
in
a
the
dorch."
hizzy.
He said right before that. We got Ryan H in the chat with a question: which wide receiver 2 should I start? Standard. Who still plays in standard anymore? Christian Kirk.
He does.
Hollywood, Ayuk, Curtis Samuel, and Josh Palmer. Nervous about Slay covering Kirk. Nervous about the Brown injury. Ooh, yeah.
What Brown injury? Who is M. Brown?
Brown's
Marquise
hurt.
Brown. Oh, Marquise Brown.
Pardon, yeah,
Sorry.
hamstring. Both are expected to play. Downfield threat in Hollywood.
It's standard, huh? Interesting. I'm
Mark.
going Christian Kirk.
I have to also. I think he's not hurt like Marquise, technically. And I don't trust Curtis Samuel against Cowboys. I just
Who are
don't.
the 49ers playing again? They're playing someone decent.
Schedule right here. Give me a moment.
Oh, the Rams, right?
This week, 49ers
Yeah.
and Rams.
I think Ayuk's going to get
yes,
Jalen
yes.
Ramsey.
It's, Monday night, actually.
I'm going Christian Kirk. I like Christian Kirk.
I'm going Christian Kirk also. I just got to default to the better player.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as it stands.
That's a good lineup though. I mean, Marquise Brown, Christian Kirk, Brandon Knight. That's a good one. I like that wide receiving core that he's built.
A little upside with Palmer, maybe.
Yeah, Palmer's probably the low end there. He's going to be in my asking for a friend later.
Is that all the news? That's all the news I got. Who do we leave
Really?
hanging out there? Cordero and
You're just letting him hang in the wind, aren't you? I'm getting really bad images of things hanging out in the wind. So
There
let's
was another
let's
one.
pivot.
left hanging. I don't work.
Let's pivot again.
Pivot. Check the old sleeper here.
Anyways,
Definitely.
Chris, I have a question for you.
Yes, please fire away.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to get this awful website to work. Should I start Patrick Mahomes or Jimmy? No, that's not what it was. Bench J.K. Dobbins for Tyler Lockett or Marquise Brown? Let me rephrase that. Should I play Marquise Brown, Tyler Lockett, or Jerry Jeudy?
Judy gets the Raiders. Not Hollywood. Is there a Ravens receiver in there?
Devin Duvernay.
No, I just meant of what you said. No, you did not. You said
No,
Hollywood.
I did not
He is
say
no
Duvernay.
longer on the Ravens.
Well, I did say Hollywood.
Panthers.
Hollywood was in there.
That's what I'm saying. I heard Hollywood and thought Ravens, so I was. And
I
then
mean, I guess I
Lockett?
could bench Adams, but the Broncos aren't the greatest defense in the world.
Really tempted to go Lockett versus the Lions.
I figured you'd say that, and I already have him in my starting lineup because I figured you'd say that.
Didn't I tout him at some point this week?
I believe you did, and I rolled my eyes at you,
Or
and
maybe
then
it
I
was
thought
asking
about
for
it.
a friend. It might have been another question.
No, I believe he was one of your guys that you liked this week. And
Yep,
I
wide
rolled.
receivers. Yep, he
I'm
was.
pretty sure I rolled my eyes at you, and
You're
then you
like,
said,
I'm
and then
gonna
you
stick
said
to my
stuff,
guns.
and then I rolled my eyes at you again, and then I thought about it, and I was like, he might have a fucking point here.
Guns. Easy to say. Patterson. Hours ago.
What is a Tottenham Hotspur?
Yeah, he's a pregame decision. Cordero, 6 hours ago. What's that, Josh? What's a Hotspur?
Yeah.
That,
What is a Tottenham Hotspur? I mean, I know Tottenham's the soccer team.
I was about to say, isn't that a soccer thing or something?
Yeah, but what is a Hotspur? Is that like a hot foot? Like I don't get it. I'm not obviously not English.
I call it soccer. It upsets him.
They called it soccer for the longest time, and then they started calling it
Exactly.
football just to spite us.
Yeah, like less than 2 decades ago, dude. It's so ridiculous. Like in the 90s.
I thought it was.
late 80s, 90 to somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh my god.
Suddenly it's not soccer anymore. We hate Americans. It's ridiculous.
But you know what? You know what, Britons? You know what I have to say to that? I don't mind you, and I just think it's very petty. But you know what? I still like you.
I have British and Irish.
I'm gonna be the bigger man. I'm gonna be the bigger man on this.
British.
They
and
can be
Irish
petty
family.
and
I'm
terrible,
Irish,
and
but they're great. They're great. Just they get bent out of shape when you call it soccer, and they shouldn't.
but it's football, mate. And I'm like, I don't care.
Actually, y'all used to call it soccer forever until you didn't anymore.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, change subject.
Ironically, they started calling it football to sound more European. They're like, you are European, but like European. I'm like, okay.
How about this? We've got a. Oh, here we go. Lazard or Dobbs? Dobbs. Whatever.
I'm calling him Dobbs.
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 I'm
I'm doing it right now. I'm picking up Dak Prescott in my work league right now, and I am dropping DJ Chark. Or should I drop Elijah Moore?
I dropped Chark. He's hurt. He's not even playing this week.
Well,
You could
neither
get
is
him back,
Dak.
baby. Well,
Neither is
I know,
Dak.
But Elijah is playing, and he could conceivably score 40 points, and you look like an idiot.
Who?
DJ Chark literally can't. Elijah Mitchell
That's true.
or Mitchell, whichever.
I mean, I don't really need help looking like an
you did
idiot,
say
Chris.
Mitchell, right? Or you did say Moore, right? So, I got it. I
don't know anymore. The guy that plays for the Jets.
Yes, he's playing. Well, I think he's playing. I know
He is.
Chark and Dak are not. All right, so Lazard or Dubs?
Fine. Oh, sorry. Two. Say that again.
Lazard or Dubs? Same team.
Dubs.
Did you go with Lockett?
I already had him in my starting lineup. I was hoping your opinion
Just to give you a vote of
changed.
confidence, buddy, I'm going to switch it from Lazard to Dubs. I mean, my friend
Dubs
is.
is actually targeted more last
I
week
know, I
than
know.
Lazard was, and caught all
Yeah.
8 of his targets.
You look good. You look good doing it.
Yep, he's not the field stretcher that Christian Watson is supposed to be, but
Yep.
maybe at some point Dubs
Or
is
the-
the next what's that guy's name? He's on
Donald
my
Driver.
team. Devontae Adams.
Come on, gosh darn it. I thought the Donald Driver one was good. Donald Driver, Jordy, Greg Jennings. All those guys.
I was-
pretty good. Okay, how about
Greg Jennings was probably I'm going to rank him third in that list of players. Anyways, next.
Driver might be behind Jennings. But anyway.
Oh, Driver's in there. Oh yeah, Driver's behind Jennings.
Okay, gotcha. Oh man, receivers, because I have Amon-Ra St. Brown everywhere. Who am I? Who are his options? Okay, that decision's made for us. On to the next.
Oh, it's a bird.
How about AJ Dillon at the Rams? I'm sorry, AJ Dillon at the Patriots or Jeff Wilson at the Rams? Dillon versus
Yikes.
Patriots. Wilson. I'm not going to play either one of them. I have another option. I just didn't want to mention it.
Dillon and not close.
Yep. How about AJ Dillon or Kyle Pitts?
Pitts is. Remind me who the Falcons are playing again.
Cleveland. At Cleveland.
Give me 1 second here. Let me figure out how the Cleveland Browns are doing against the tight ends this year. I don't remember off the top of my head. Pretty darn good actually. I mean, it's probably Pitts, but it should really be Dillon, because if we're talking about a flex spot, there should never be a flex spot for tight ends. So
okay, Dalvin Cook has already scored 6.5 full PPR points. For your information.
Yep, and it probably should be more, but Alexander Madison caught the.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Smith having a decent, where are they at? Third quarter, 5.3? Well, that's full PPR, so, yeah. You know what I'm saying. I'm just grasping at straws here, buddy. I really need a win. Russell Wilson.
Which league is this?
ZTT 12 team. Full PPR.
Yeah. Okay, so would you like to know what a hotspur is?
Sure.
Football clubs are made, blah, 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 blah. I thought this had the explanation on it, and it doesn't.
Well, dang it.
It was founded in 1882. Hotspur Cricket Club, and wanted a way of staying fit during the day.
Sorry, I just really zoned out there for a second. Any other asking for a
As Hotspur is defined as an impetuous or fiery person. God, that is the most English thing I've ever seen in my life. Doggone it. Hey, guess what, Chris? My opponent actually switched his lineup in Dynasty so that he has a starting quarterback that's actually playing this week.
Hey.
Why does he have Mac Jones as a quarterback? I don't know. What should that guy do that has Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts and Aaron Rodgers do? Trade one of those guys to that team for whatever he can get. You know, like what is
I'm sorry, he has Brady and Rodgers? Also?
No, he has Rodgers, Jordan Love, who cares? Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. Trade one of those guys for at least a first.
Trade Rodgers. Be fair, Rodgers hadn't had a huge.
You're not going to get
point day.
You're not going to get a first round pick for Rodgers.
Well, true, but keep. I mean, I guess you don't have to keep both. That's what you're getting at. But keep the running quarterbacks. Keep the younger running quarterbacks.
Yes, and probably the younger running quarterback,
which is Lamar, I assume. Because remember, Hurts was in college for like ever, dude.
That's actually true.
Hurts
would you like to?
Maybe not by 2 whole years, but I'm going to throw that out there. About 2 years.
Lamar Jackson. Age?
Lamar came out as a junior.
I believe you're correct. Age 25. Jalen Hurts.
Very well, 27.
Born January 7th. Remember that.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts, 24. Jalen Hurts.
He's younger.
By like
How does that work?
5 months.
He started college when he was 12, Chris. God dang it.
That's
why he's so good. He's a freaking genius. Oh man, I missed so
Lamar
bad.
Jackson's also been in the league for 5 years, dude. And Jalen.
I know that. That's what I was saying in the back of my brain. I was like, although Lamar is on his
fifth year,
what, second deal or third deal?
Nope. Lamar is not on any. He is still on his rookie deal.
Franchise. No. Oh, no. They tagged him. Could have sworn they tagged him.
I don't think so.
Which would make this his 6th. Anyway, I was wrong. Clearly.
Sorry about that.
Hurts extra injury. Thought Hurts extra, injury red shirt or whatever he may or may not got in college. Transfer. He transferred. Yeah.
From where to where?
Alabama to Oklahoma.
You got it.
He got pulled for Tua. Yeah, in the national championship game, they pulled Hurts and Tua went in and won it for him. Came back and won it for him.
Yep.
Poor guy.
Thus the magic of Tua began.
It may already be over with.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too, but
he's probably going to be out for a few weeks, but
unless he injured, that guy goes down, man. Ugh.
Unless he injured his neck, he's probably okay. He's not like Javid Best, who had like 8 concussions coming into the NFL, then got 4 more, and was told, "Dude, you're gonna die if you keep playing football." That's not literally what was said, but it was strongly advised that he stop playing football.
Yeah.
He was a really good
I easy for me to say from my vantage point, a fantasy fan, and really just he was just starting to show what he can do, man. It's so disappointing. Now, granted, I guess you give
who
Jalen
Javid Best.
No, Tua. He was just starting to really show us what he can do. Now,
career is not. We don't know that his career's over, so let's just pump the brakes.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So,
sorry.
But anyway, I guess you give any quarterback Ty Hill and Jalen Waddle, suddenly they're like, "I'm the best quarterback ever."
I don't know, man. Andy Dalton looks like Andy Dalton playing for the Saints. Like,
well, he doesn't have 2 All-Pro receivers apparently.
He's got Chris Olave, who's been pretty good so far in his very young career.
Yep, I tried to get him.
Did you try to pick him up on the waiver wire, or did you try to trade for him?
No, I tried to trade for him.
What were you offering?
I don't.
If you remember.
What
Give me a
league?
ballpark.
I know it wasn't Dynasty. Must have been our league.
Yeah, you weren't getting him you're not getting him in Dynasty.
No. Yeah, that's why I said just get that.
He was a first-round pick, and I was thinking about Chris Olave earlier when Keith was talking about Michael Thomas, Winnie, and Alvin Kamara. I almost said Latavius Murray. Alvin Kamara being out, and I was like, Chris Olave, that was a good call by Chris. And God.
Oh, bless you, or whatever.
Sorry, just got a tinkle in my throat for some reason. Wonder Techno comments, please. Anyways,
sleeper.
Anyways, yeah, it was a good call by you. Chris Olave is good. He's been good for the Saints, and he's not that big body, fast, prototypical receiver, but
he was my one, wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's been really good.
He has. I'm sorry, I was trying to figure out who shot me down. Oh, sure. WC was it? I can't remember. Can't remember the deal for Olave.
I got an asking for a whoa. We need to put this guy out of my lineup because he is not starting. Should I start? Whoa, what's going on with this team? Should I start Javonte Williams against the Raiders? Yes. Never mind. Should I have to take out Chark, but I need another player. Should it be Michael Carter? No, not Michael Carter. Should it be Breece Hall or Brandon Ayuk? Or Ramondre Stevenson?
I don't like Ramondre without. I mean, I know Mac is not good and hasn't been playing well, but I just...
Brian Hoyer, yeah.
Exactly. No. So I worry about Hoyer, so I'm out on that.
That's a very good point.
It's got to be Breece Hall.
Over Brandon Ayuk? Interesting.
I don't know a lot about Ayuk, I'll be honest with you.
He's kind of...
right? No. That's
the 49ers, perhaps?
Thank you. I get him in
he's playing the Rams this week.
Night, 8 targets 2 weeks in a row. Scored last week. Yeah, Breece Hall.
Well, should I play Breece Hall over J.K. Dobbins? That's a good question right there. And then I can start Brandon Ayuk.
Sorry, who else? Breece Hall and who?
over J.K. Dobbins. I think
Yeah,
so.
I'm not playing Dobbins' first game out against the Bills defense. No, I'm not.
Second.
Yep. Really limited last week. Yeah. Even if he gets his full complement, worried about the Bills defense. I know they're hurting the secondary.
Yeah,
but they're still pretty strong. They're amazing against the front, actually. Against the run, actually. If I seem to recall, like far and away best.
They're amazing against the front.
Yeah, I don't know how that came out. I was thinking the defensive front. So yeah, I am avoiding Dobbins and going Breece Hall.
Dobbins or Michael Carter?
You just asked Breece Hall.
Different league.
Oh gosh. Probably won't be coming back against Mitch and the Steelers, so there might be a bunch of dump offs. Dobbins, I guess.
Really? Or I'm gonna start Mike Williams over any of these folks.
I mean,
because I slid AJ Dillon into my running back slot and took him out of the flex, and then put Mike Williams in. I like that.
Could do all right.
Yeah. Mike Williams, no Keenan Allen against the Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big guy.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. Thanks.
Here we go. Bob Camp, Khalil Herbert, Jamal, or Aaron Jones in flex. I mean,
say those names again.
Khalil Herbert, Jamal Williams, and Aaron Jones. It's Khalil Herbert. What is Aaron Jones' matchup? I mean, Aaron Jones is probably the better player, but Herbert's matchup is amazing. It's the Giants is Herbert's matchup. And then Packers and
yeah, I can just look at the names myself. Jeepers creepers. It's Jamal Williams first and foremost, I believe. I don't know. There's a lot of weapons missing for the Detroit Lions.
In this order, I'm going Herbert, Aaron Jones, Jamal. Herbert's my number one on that situation.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna actually completely agree with you. Look at that.
Really? I thought you might
mark this day in history.
Jamal's got a great matchup too, but yeah, there you go. There you go.
The only reason I hesitate on Jamal Williams, and it's probably going to be Jamal Williams, and Chris and I are going to kill each other. We're going to have a sort of, we're going to have, and not but murder
Except
each other.
We love Jamal Williams,
just gonna,
and everybody loves Jamal Williams.
I know. Everyone loves Jamal Williams this week. That lack of weapons.
Just the guy.
Really,
too. He's just a great guy. He's so funny and fun and genuine.
He likes long walks on the beach. He likes to play. Likes to have a nice quiet board night game at home.
So Bob, if you would like not only that amazing fantasy advice we just gave you, but that whatever that was after it, long walks on the beach, please
likes to curl up.
Give us a subscribe and a thumbs up, and we're here every week, every Thursday and every Sunday, Thursday night, Sunday morning,
and Monday afternoons.
Like, has he been moonlighting behind my back?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, when I hung up with you, it was about 11, maybe 11:30. Yeah, I was live for about 2.5 minutes. At the very end.
I saw your text. I was really
so panicked. I was like, oh my
really
gosh,
tired / drunk. I really don't know.
I was worried the whole thing was live, and no, I think I was swiping on my phone, my little app for whatever, changing scenes and skipping songs and stuff, and I must have hit a button. Like, thank goodness it was only 2.5 minutes. I deleted the VOD and everything.
Over under on. Oh, Wonder Tech says you offered Pitts and Stevenson for Olave.
Oh, it was him. What was it? Pitts and
Stevenson for Olave and Hall. That's not even close. Yeah, I'm keeping Olave and Hall.
Yeah, but you're incredibly biased because you hate Kyle Pitts because he's not starting in my tight end slot.
No, I just like Chris Olave and Breece Hall. I think they have both better upside than Kyle Pitts and Ramondre Stevenson.
I do too. That's why I was trying to trade for him. You remember earlier in the show when you said you're trying to get the best deal possible, and then you called yourself.
But that's the only thing I do. But that's the only I do that.
Yeah.
Everyone else is trying to ruin themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Oh. No wonder I can never get any trades done.
So it was a starting point, what I thought was a pretty decent offer, but I can understand.
That's a very good point, Chris. Trades have to start somewhere, and they usually don't start in the middle, right?
assume Wonder Tech's a little needy at tight end.
As most of us are.
Yeah. Andre had a great game last week, but I didn't counter, or should I say, neither of us countered after he rejected. It was also middle of the day. He was probably.
Should I start Traylon Burks or Noah Brown?
Brown.
Really? I'm gonna actually.
Burks hadn't done anything yet. I did trade for him, but he was kind of a throw-in, kind of an upside thing. 12-team league, full PPR. It was a little different circumstance. I just don't think Burks has done anything yet.
I think that he could this week.
I hope so, man, because I just traded for him. We shall see.
I was actually very active trying to get trades done this week.
I was
and
too.
Across multiple leagues.
Yeah,
I'm like,
all my leagues.
I'm like, I got to do something here because I'm not exactly. I'm kind of treading water in just about every single league that I'm in.
Ditto.
I mean, I'm
3-0
in Dynasty, but
we mentioned the Wonder
not a
Tech
pretty
deal
3-0.
just now. I think that was the only one in that league. We did our Mahomes deal this week, didn't we? Or was that last week? It was last week because I started Burrow this week. Whatever. Previously, we did
this past week. We completed a trade for. I got Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that's
and you started Joe Burrow. How'd that work out for you?
He had a decent game.
Okay.
But, I mean, I'm trying to lose, so... Depends on how you look at it, Josh. He scored 20.8 points through a couple touchdowns.
That's pretty good.
287 yards, not bad. I sent another deal.
Wonder Tech says he wanted a counter, but his brother was also after Hall and started out with a better offer, in his opinion.
Did the deal end up going down, though? Between you and your brother?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I did say this because I know Jero's not listening. I did text you earlier in the week, and I was like, "Hey, Jero has 3 Eagles players on his team," and he was listening. He said he was into listening to offers for him, and then I looked at my lineup, and I think I have like Miles Sanders, and I'm like, "Oh, oh no, I had Dallas. I have Dallas Goedert," and I'm like, "Oh, I guess I don't really want any more Eagles players," you know?
For real, for sure.
And that would be Finkel's laces.
We already talked about that. Nope.
So,
Yeah, I have another trade outstanding in Distant Dozen still in our Dynasty League. He has.
What is that?
You already shot it down. You hate it.
What was it again?
Zeke and Singletary for a first, 2023 first, Desmond Ritter and a 2024 third. Basically, Ritter the third, 2024 third are throw-ins. Trying to get the first, obviously. Zeke and Singletary.
Yeah, Singletary has been playing better, so there's that. I did not realize that.
If I weren't tanking, I would be concerned that I was giving away. I know Singletary plays this game every season, but it looks like he's got the lion's share, if you will. You know,
a Buffalo share.
The Bills' share. Yep.
A Buffalo share.
The Buffalo share. We just changed the saying. All right. And then I got 2 deals done, and did I ever bring these up to you? I got 2 deals done in the ZTT league. I traded.
Mm-hmm. Did I lose you, or did you just?
No, I'm sorry. I was looking at the trade accepted. Trade accepted. CEH and Zach Ertz for Breece Hall and Irv Smith. CEH, Zach Ertz for Irv Smith and Breece Hall. What do you think?
Okay.
Just kind of push even.
It's not. It's agreeable. I don't know. Like, I guess if it would say that again. CEH and who?
CEH and Zach Ertz for Breece Hall.
So
and Irv Smith.
So one team is downgrading tight end, but upgrading running back, and vice versa.
Yep.
I mean, it just depends on team needs.
I'm trying to sell high on CEH.
Selling high.
Yeah, he just scored like 18 points.
Yeah,
PPR.
It's all based on.
I know. That's why I'm trying to get rid of him.
But you also got rid of Zach Ertz too.
Yeah, I have Everett worse than Ertz. I get it, and it had not a good week last week, but I got Irv Smith back, so it's like, yeah, I gave up Ertz to get what I consider a better running back in Brees Hall moving forward than CEH. CEH's usage is the number one running back for the Chiefs is Jerick McKinnon. Just let that sink in.
The number one running back for the Kansas City Chiefs is bleh.
Yeah, there you go. Well, the CH been great in fantasy. It's just it seems to be a mirage.
Based on so little usage.
I was trying to sell Ramondre and CEH across all leagues. They weren't the only sell highs, but that was definitely the ones I was focused on. As is illustrated by
I don't know if
trade.
I'm a sell high on Ramondre, but I'm more of a hold.
I don't think Mac Jones is going to be back for a little bit. Hey, I love the guy, but yeah, I dealt him. Ramondre and Deontay for Cortland Sutton and Treylon Burks.
Yeah, he probably won that trade, I guess.
Yeah. Sutton's better than Deontay as of 3 weeks.
For right now. I
Didn't know.
Mitch Trubisky sucks, and Russell Wilson does too at this point. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Wonder Texas countered him, but he countered again with 3 RBs for Olave and Hall. He has 3 RBs he can trade.
Why?
Wow.
Ugh, wow. Okay.
We wonder how bad or good those RBs are.
I mean, I suppose we could find out.
Yeah,
Right.
I felt like it. What do we hit
Oh,
now?
I also wasn't trading with my boss because I'm playing him this week, and that's just a personal philosophy. But you know,
I have zero problem with it in a situation like Dynasty where I'm tanking.
well, yeah, Dynasty is
Different.
different, but in a redraft league, like I don't like to trade with the player that I'm playing up against, because what if my player that I trade away helps him beat me? Then I feel like
For sure, in a normal competitive.
then I feel like going to run in traffic.
Right. Yeah, in a normal competitive situation, yeah, that's
Oh, there he is.
usually frowned upon.
Running in traffic? Yeah, usually. Well, let me guess. The 3 running backs were probably J.K. Dobbins and Travis Etienne and maybe
Garbage.
Darrell
Dobbins
Henderson.
might be okay. Henderson's okay, I guess.
Henderson is not okay because they keep wanting to make K-makers a thing.
Oh, that's right. Last week was awful for Henderson truthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Harris, Aker. Oh, he has both Patriots backs?
Mm-hmm. And both Rams backs too, I think. Maybe not.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see Stevenson. Yeah, Akers and Henderson along with Harris from New England. My apologies.
This reminds me of that league this reminds me of that year in the keeper league where you had those 2 running backs. You had like 2 running backs from 2 different teams. You know what I'm saying? Like you had the Dolphins running backs and like some other teams running backs as well.
Yep. It was ugly.
I'm sorry. What was that other team that you had the running backs from? I'm not trying to rub that in your face.
Harris last year. I really was. I had him in, I think, at least one league, and 14, 15 touchdowns. I mean, what the heck?
18.
So that was a hit. But I always liked Ramondre. 18?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, as a player, I always like Ramondre better. A little bit bigger.
If Bill Belichick, if a different head coach was in there, and they had a better offense in general, when Joe Dirt's long lost brother wasn't running it, or whoever, I don't even know who. They don't even have coordinators in New England anymore. Bill Belichick just does everything.
Yeah, it's an odd situation.
He just has puppets, and he's the puppet master.
And then you throw Brian Hoyer in there. I mean, yeah, I sold high. Heck yeah. Right, and then I tried to with Wonder Tech. It didn't work. But I made the most moves in that league, in that ZTT league that we referred to a couple times. So I'm 1-2. So I don't know. We'll see, man. I'm a little hurting at tight end now, but
tight end is always the position I don't want to be hurting at. No puns, Wonder Tech, please.
Oh, and a lot of people took backup quarterback, so I'm hurting at quarterback. I've got Russ, whom I drafted, and am starting again this week because of matchup.
Yikes.
I know, but Lawrence plays. Lawrence is the other guy I picked up. That's what I was going to say.
How's he been doing this year? I mean, like I know, like NFL wise, he's been okay, but like score fantasy wise.
In a full PPR again, disclose.
That doesn't matter. That doesn't make a
13
difference.
fantasy points in a row. 13.4, 18.5, and then 25.18 last week. Unfortunately, that 13.4 came against Washington. Better. But no, he's looked good. He's looked good.
He did not look good in week 1. I remember watching that game and I'm like, God.
Threw a pick, 57.1%. The 2 weeks after that,
yeah,
83% and 71.8. That's, again, real NFL. That's what that means. I have high hopes for the kid, man. He got a raw deal there for a little bit.
Yeah. Urban Meyer.
Rookies.
Was it Urban Meyer?
Yep, it was Urban Meyer. 1 year.
Meyer. What a
whole
joke.
Kicked a kicker and I don't know, dancing with women he's not married to, or I don't know what they were.
Dancing with someone who was easily could have been his daughter.
Yeah. I didn't put the whole thing quite as well as I should have. There's other stuff going on with that. But yeah. I'm starting Damon Pierce for the first time.
It's a decent matchup this week for him, so yeah, you should.
That night I did deal.
He was one of my 27 running backs that I talked about this week.
That night Del Ramondre, so that was one of the reasons why I said I can fall back on Mr. Pierce. Thought about Breece Hall maybe today doing something. Be nice. Tried to get him. I would have had him on in all 3 leagues, dude. Which is not advisable, folks. I'm sorry. But I mean, I got him in Dynasty. What can I mean, that's staying pat.
Oh, Troutman almost scored a touchdown.
Really? That would have been... You shut the NFL down after that.
Just pack it up for the week. Troutman scores. Everything is all right.
My Troutman and your Cole Kmet are just... not
Cole Kmet is... I don't even know if he has any fantasy points on the year, dude.
Like 2 targets.
Like it's not even a bust. It's just like he didn't even show up to the game. Dude, he's just like,
Dude, they've got it must have been thrown out 100 times this week on various fantasy shows. 27 completions. That's what they have right now. They have 27 completions. 28, 27, something like that. I was like, oh my 27. God.
That is 9 per game.
Yeah, just the volume too of the run pass ratio.
I wonder if Keith started Taysom Hill because he just scored a touchdown.
Taysom Hill or Justice Hill?
Taysom.
I'm excited about.
He did. Hill. He did. Nice.
A tight end? No.
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah. You still do that in MFL? Or RB? Anyway, he's got RBs. He wouldn't have to start Taysom.
I don't know what league he was starting him in. He just said a league. I'm assuming it was.
Rewinding down here. Oh, here we go. Joke. Insert dirty tight end joke here.
Or do we need to insert the joke into a dirty tight end?
That's the show, folks. No, I was thinking about skedaddling. We're about to hit an hour, and I don't know. Got anything else? Got any questions? I never check Twitter for questions because nobody ever tweets me because I never tweet. Sorry, folks. It's the way things are right now.
I do sometimes.
You do. You sent me a DM about a day ago.
And I tried to last night too, and I think I sent it to the wrong account.
Oh.
I don't know. I
have a couple of them, unfortunately.
I was a little drunk. I was drinking on an empty stomach, so I got drunk pretty quick, and I was tired. And
last night, you're saying?
Yeah. I apologize for nothing.
I like this Jamal.
What?
Getting distracted. It's Jamal. It's not from Jamal Williams. It's from Adam Levitan. It's a. Looks like it's when you first get into camp and you do media day. It's media day from Jamal. It's just like we were saying. He's just hard to not love, dude. He's just dancing. The guy says the poster of the tweet says the women of Detroit are all now pregnant because he's doing gyrations and stuff. I guess.
Okay.
It's just a funny tweet. I don't know. It doesn't do any justice because y'all can't see it. I suppose I could show it to you. But
that and you're doing a really bad job of describing it too. You're not painting that picture in my brain.
Sorry, I'm not good at that. Which screen is this? Holy moly. There it is. Click in on it. How about now, buddy?
I don't know what you're talking about. Which, oh,
I'm gonna go ahead and
Okay.
like it. Like it. There you go, folks. Jamal Williams. Although we picked him in another, we picked the other guy in a lineup question earlier.
okay.
We're now
All right.
enriched for having seen that, Josh. Do you have anything to tell the folks before we skedaddle out of here?
Yeah, Chris really knows how to waste my time.
Well said.
Yeah, I do have some stuff to say. I do like the very end of that video where it says Jamal that, like from all that back in the day on Snick,
Snick.
that was probably the best. That was probably the thing I liked the best about that tweet, that video. Anyways, so if you like us, give us a little, click on that bell, give us a little like thing.
I'm looking at the thing you're talking about. Sorry. Okay. Wait, no, I'm supposed to close. It's my show.
I could entertain Chris with a strand of string. It's great.
Exactly. So check out our podcast. This is just a stream, but the big show on Thursday nights is in podcast format also. Check it out wherever you can get podcast. Subscribe here on YouTube for weekly content.
Get podcasted.
Yeah, exactly. Follow both of us on. Oh, I'm sorry. Join our Discord. Link is in the description. No, it's not. Forgot. Cotton Pickens. But just tweet us and we'll send you the link because I forgot to put it in the description.
What's weird is that this isn't the worst clothes we've ever had.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I did just realize live on air. I was like, oh, I have the show description right there ready to paste in. Follow me on Twitter at AFFBChris. Follow Josh on Twitter at JoshAFFB.
Mm-hmm.
As mentioned before, we're here at 10 a.m. Central every Sunday morning for injury updates, last minute lineup advice, a little bit of news. Thursday nights, we go live at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, where we stream our Fave 5, which is kind of like a flex segment of the show where we touch on running backs and receivers and tell you who we like and for what reason. Then we do some streamable tight ends and quarterbacks for you. And we take questions from the audience. Please submit your questions to Discord, Twitter, in the chat while we're live, and we'd be more than happy to help you out. We have been Amazing Fantasy Football. Have an amazing fantasy weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Good luck.